So this is something that was severely underreported. This happened in November, so I'm a little bit late on it. But the reason why I'm talking about it is because one, it's super important, and two, it was very, very tremendously underreported, and people deserve better than to be buried. So this one comes from Truth Out. Oh, I guess I should show you the article. This comes from truthout.org. Parents deliver ashes of diabetic children to price gouging insulin manufacturer. So here they are, obscene profits killing our patients. Your high prices are killing people like my daughter. So in November 16th to be specific, a 26-year-old passed away. His name was Alec. He had type 1 diabetes. And he died last year after attempting to ration his insulin supply by cutting his doses to make it last longer. Along with Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk, Sanofi is one of the three major insulin manufacturers accused of gouging diabetes patients worldwide. So accused, they are gouging. Journalists have to put in words like accused and alleged to avoid getting sued, especially since there's no actual court thing saying that they are doing it. Sanofi's high prices are killing people like my son. I'm sick of them listening to my story then doing nothing. I'm not asking them to lower prices anymore. I'm demanding it. The parents were flanked by dozens of local diabetes patients, doctors, nurses, and students affiliated with Right Care Alliance, a grassroots group fighting for a healthcare system that puts people over profits. The Democratic Socialists of American and Physician for National Health program also organized the action. Police blocked protesters from approaching the office, but organizers negotiated with them to allow the parents to deliver the ashes of Alec and Antavia Lee Worsham, who also died while rationing insulin last year. Security guards then turned the parents away from the door, threatening them with arrest. All of Sanofi's employees had been sent home for the day. We shut them down. We think they're ashamed. They don't want to own up what they've done, and we are bound to continue the fight. So this is the fun part. When I say fun, I say it dripping with sarcasm. Insulin products cost very little to manufacture, but prices have skyrocketed in recent years. A vial of insulin that once cost $25 now goes for about $400 or $500. Activists are demanding that Sanofi immediately lower the price of its insulin products by 90%. So it goes on. Insulin has been around for a century. It costs about $5 to manufacture. To bring that up, because again, it's one of those things that's underreported. That's not something I wrote. The first story we talked about with the Clinton and the Clinton consultant and the children detention centers, that was my original reporting, but this one is not. And I think it's important that we talk about this because not talking about it normalizes the price gouging that these companies are doing. Not talking about it in the article, it talks about how the police turned away the parents and threatened them with arrest. They weren't armed. They weren't, like, it wasn't so many parents. It was 3 parents. It was 3 parents being like, here's the ashes of my dead kid because fucking thanks to you, there's no way my kid could have afforded this. There's no way I could have afforded this for my kid. Now, I come from a family of diabetics. My mom's diabetic. My dad's diabetic. My godmother died from diabetes. So for me, this hits home, and I'm sure it does for you and a lot of other Americans because diabetes is one of the highest conditions, like most common conditions in the United States. And personally, I don't think that should be a surprise because it's largely systematic. And the truth is, the more lower class you are, the more chances you're going to have of having diabetes because you don't have access to food. Lower class people tend to live in food deserts. Food deserts don't have healthy food. Food deserts have shit like McDonald's and Burger King. They may not have a grocery store for 15-20 minutes out of the way. I can walk to my grocery store and I live in the suburbs. I don't live in downtown. I don't live in a city. I live in a suburb and I could walk to a grocery store if I needed to. But that's not a right guaranteed to a lot of people. So people are forced to eat junk food. People are forced to eat sugar. You know, a bottle of Coca-Cola costs more than a bottle of water. So that's my rant on why I think the increase of diabetes in the United States is systematic. But people should not be going to these companies and being like, here's my kid's ashes. You need to lower insulin prices.